And that's what happened about 45 minutes ago. Now back to the live ballroom.
Welcome to True Breakdowns, hosted by Trey.
Welcome to True Breakdowns with your host Trey. Hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Let's get into some content. Another assassination attempt has taken place on President Donald Trump at the White House Correspondents Dinner. Now, this might be the third or fourth attempt on number 47. Looks like the shooter was apprehended. The shooter was identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen from Torrance, California. Now, I'm assuming this has to do with job security and affordability, but he's not gonna have to worry about that because he's gonna be in prison for a very long time. Now, I'm pretty sure folks assume this might have been a intelligence hit attempt by either Mossad or maybe MI6, but now we're gonna have to do a little more background analysis on Cole Allen to see who this man is and why he took this attempt.
Has been captured. They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California, and he's a sick person, a very sick person, and we don't want things like this to happen. I think it's very important that I say, though, and I told the representatives of the evening, they did such a beautiful job. It was such a beautiful evening. And again, they're talking about free speech in our Constitution. That's what it's all about, not just White House correspondence. It was really based on free speech in our Constitution. But I said very importantly that we'll do it again within the next 30 days, and we'll make it bigger and better and even nicer. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved. I also want to thank the press, the media. You've been very responsible in your coverage. I will say I've been seeing what's been out. You've been very responsible. So Todd Blanche, I'd like to say a few words. I know we're going to have cash, and then you're going to go on. We can ask. I guess we can take a couple of questions. I want to thank the First Lady that was a rather traumatic experience for her. There was a lot of action taking place up there very quickly. But again, the response time was really incredible. And we're going to reschedule. We're going to do it again. We're not going to let anybody take over our society. We're not going to cancel things out because we can't do that. We wanted to stay tonight. I will tell you, I fought like hell to stay. But it was protocol. They said, please, sir, because they didn't know there was a lot of action going on, and they didn't know could there be probably a lone shooter, but we'll find out. We'll find out very quickly. They have it very well under control. So I want to thank everybody very much.
Like I said, it could be more personal and a crime of passion, but yeah, he got nowhere near the president, and mission failed. Like, you're going to be in jail for a very, very long time. Prison for a very, very long time. So I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted, because I mean, if let's say affordability and housing was an issue, then he might not have had anywhere to stay. So you see folks are crashing out now because of affordability, and it's sad, honestly. Yeah, it's definitely sad, because you can see he's a school teacher, you can see he's employed. He doesn't look like a violent person. I mean, he's a school teacher, but some people are being pushed to the edge because of affordability, and the president's remarks about affordability in his nonchalantness. So yeah, we'll see where we go with affordability, and yeah, what happens with our government from a domestic standpoint, and if we can get this economy back on track. But it's going to be an uphill battle from the looks of it.
defendant is being charged with 2 counts, 924C, using a firearm during a crime of violence, and a second crime under 111, which is assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon. Now, as you all know, there was an individual, a uniformed Secret Service officer, who was shot, and fortunately, he is doing all right and he will be fine. But it is clear, based upon what we know so far, that this individual was intent on doing as much harm and as much damage as he could. And thankfully, because of the checkpoint right outside the ballroom, where thousands of people were situated to hear the President of the United States, because that checkpoint worked, there was no one who was injured when it was clear where this defendant was going.
So that's pretty much it. He's in custody. He's detained. We'll see if Trump throws the book at him and, you know, goes capital punishment on this guy, or if he shows a little mercy and has a little bit of understanding in regards to, you know, what is happening in our nation. Because, I mean, with affordability, Trump isn't ignorant to pricing and what's been going on with the psychological attacks on a lot of our American citizens from like media channels like YouTube, a lot of lies being told, and people are believing the lies. But I implore them to do a little bit more research on the direction America's heading with Pax Silica and the Monroe Doctrine 2.0, because it's a major focus on the Western Hemisphere, bringing manufacturing back to, like I said, the West, and industrializing less developed nations like Cuba, Venezuela. I mean, you can throw Brazil in there if they want to party. I mean, I know that's Central America, but Cuba, Haiti, Caribbean, all those countries, Honduras. So we can pretty much create a system if people are compliant and willing to cooperate and have an ounce of trust in the new direction. But it's going to take trust first for this to work. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll get off my soapbox. We'll see what direction this goes in. I mean, you guys saw the clip before. America does have an objective for this and a plan. I do think Marco Rubio is going to be the next president to implement this Monroe Doctrine 2.0. He's pretty much the front man for it, the one in charge of it. And he's pretty much acting as the Latin American, you know, liaison president. And Trump did make a joke about him being the Cuban president, but I'm pretty sure that's like a breadcrumb or some kind of foresight to him being the actual president, because he's the only one I see with the plan to do this. Not JD Vance, and definitely none of the Democrats, because they don't even know what's going on right now. They're just casting stones at something that, at a new agenda and a new objective that, honestly, I don't even think they had a hand in constructing. So far, the Democrats have just been going along. They've just been the get along gang for Israel and whatever China's been doing in proxy. Because, like I said, Israel's been stealing weapons, blueprints, and intel, and they've been stealing tech intel as well. And they've been trading that tech intel and the military intel for actual cheap technology from China and cheap military resources like tanks, missiles, guns. So I'll get off my soapbox. It's Trey on True Breakdowns. Hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. It's completely free and it helps the channel. I'm trying to get a motherfucking scholarship. Let's go. Peace.
I've been up in here trying to get a motherfucking scholarship. Chilling.